tell me about the Rules.
So the Rules is a band. We've got myself in it, a guy called Liam Duggan from Bristol, Nick Toots, Yuval Gabe, and that came about from putting together. I put an album together on Full Cycle, Hidden Knowledge. I went out and did about 5 or 6 DJ sort of PA kind of things with 2 vocalists and stuff, and it wasn't very satisfying. The gigs were good, I had a good time, but it wasn't like satisfying. I was like, wow, you know, you've been in the band thing, you've done this a few times, you should like, you know. And then Yuval, the drummer, he's like, yeah man, Kate, you should do the band thing again. I was a bit resistant to it because I just knew what it was entailed. It's a lot of work, it's very difficult, but it's very satisfying as well. And I was like, you know what, I should be doing this. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me put the band together. I was walking down the road one day, went to the cash machine, I looked round and there's this guy there. He just hands me his CD and it's Nick Toots, right? And I'm like, he goes, you're Krust, right? I was like, yeah, and he just gives me the CD. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I went home, listened to the CD, I was like, okay, this is interesting, called him, I said, what else you got? Next day he comes with another CD, I was like, okay, cool, listen to that one. I was like, what else you got? Come the next day, right? This is determination and focus and persistence, right? Come the next day with another CD, and I was like, meet me in the studio tomorrow. So it was like, that's, you know what I mean, that is the whole thing about what we're about, what he exemplified then. So I recruited him. Yuval, the drummer, was already on board. I knew Liam was a creative from around Bristol. We've known each other for at least like 19 years. He did the breakbeat era thing for the label, and so I called him and said, look, I'm putting this band thing together, are you interested? And he came down, we had a chat, and then he was in. So we had the band, Cy John as well, from Represent, old Bristol hero, bass player. So we just put the band together, we rehearsed for 3 months, and then we went out and we did like 10 dates. It was really good, it was great, and we had such a good time. It's like, right, well, let me just carry on, let me start a band or something, do a project, you know. And from that, really, it was born. We started in Bristol, I moved here 4 years ago, we carried on, and we've almost finished an album now, which is like really, really good, really different type of stuff. And
so when do you reckon that'll be out?
Well, we're going to drop a single in sort of September, October, hopefully. We went back in on it the other day, redid the drums. It's a difficult project to do. We're trying to incorporate everyone's skills and then take it to the next level. It's been a challenge, but I think we've actually created something really unique, something really good, something really different, something that will stand the test of time.
Excellent.
And you know, it's good, it's exciting. So we're going to start rehearsing, you know, in about 2 months, and then come out maybe February, April next year, and then start doing some shows.
Alright, excellent. So is that going to be, what sort of arenas are you going to be performing in? Is that going to be clubs, or is it going to be...
We'll play wherever they'll have us. You know, we're at the bottom rung with this project. You know, we will need to just do what we need to do to get to wherever we need to get to. And so if they say, you know, play for 2 people, we'll play for 2 people. They say play for 20,000, we'll play for 20,000. So
what's the sort of sound of it? I mean, is it all drum and bass, or?
No, it's not. It's more of a punk thing, really. It's more. I wouldn't say punk. It's kind of it's more rock punk, sort of electronica, techno-ish, reggae-ish. It's about 20 different things. I'll play you some afterwards. It's hard to try to say exactly what it is, but it's got a lot of energy. So it's got the energy of jungle, the tempo of jungle, and it's also got you know, some pop vibes in there. It's also got some techno vibes in there. You know, big synths. You know, it's also, you know, it's very hard as well, and very soft, and it's very experimental as well. So there's a lot of things we've tried to weave in there from our backgrounds and tried to take it to the next level as well. So it's interesting. We've done 10 tracks, and they're all, you know, journey music. They tell us their own individual story. They go from here to there, and it's you know, it's different. People enjoy it.
Excellent. And so that's the Rules. Now, another project. I've heard you've got a book, photography book.
Yeah, there's a few things that we're doing. With the whole thing with Rebel Instincts, what we wanted to do was trying to promote this idea of creativity, try and get people to start thinking about, you know, what they do, how they contribute. And so one of the things we did a warhead mashup kind of competition where we gave away Warhead. We told people to just do whatever they like to it, and we've had some amazing entries, you know, some really, really crazy stuff. We're going to be going through them this weekend and picking the 5 best ones, and then we'll pick the winner in another 2 weeks. So that's really good. And so to go to the next level, we've decided to do I've been taking photographs for at least sort of 15 years now, so I've got pictures from the very first full cycle tour right up until the present date, plus video as well.
Yeah.
And so one of the things we've done, I've put together a folder of about 70, 80 pictures that people can go to and download, and they can, you know, do something with it. You can make your own book with it. You can write poems to it. You can, however you get stimulated by the images, represent that with whatever it is you do. So if they want to make a book, make a book. You want to write poetry, write poetry. If it inspires you to make a film, make a film. If you want to use the pictures to make a slideshow or call it whatever, that's there for you. And then the other part of that is we're going to be giving away the stems to my last album, Hidden Knowledge. People can download that and they can do the remixes, they can make new tracks with it, whatever. And so it all comes back, same thing again, we choose the best one, we release it. And the other thing I'm doing as well, I've been writing a book of poetry, concepts and ideas. It's called Look Before You Leap. And that is just a book that I've been working on for the last 2 years. And it's just loads of my ideas, stuff that I've been writing, poetry, you know, concepts, ideas, philosophies, things based on teachings that I've studied and stuff. And it's just my summation of all those things put into a book, written in the language that we can all understand. And that will be coming out next year as well.
All right, excellent, excellent. So really, a lot of what you're doing at the moment is just providing people with tools to spark their own creativity, rather than you putting out your own finished product and saying, look, this is what I've done. This is you're putting out stuff for other people to come back to you with.
Yeah, and so when they come back, they'll have a platform for it, and they'll feel like they can do something, and eventually they'll start using their own stuff, and then they'll start sending it in. And then we can work with people, and if people want to come in and have like more specific projects done, we'll come in and we'll be able to see, okay, look, this cat's got potential. With a couple of months training for us, he could really take what he's doing to the next level. Or this girl, she's got some great ideas. She just needs to, you know, a couple of months with these people. Do you know what I'm saying? As well as us being able to identify that, we can suggest other connections as well. You know, and with ILS as well, it's perfect. This is a school. You can come here and get 2 or 3 months training. You know. We'll do some workshops. You know, the goal for ILS is, you know, Hogwarts. But ILS, nice big place in the country where people can come, you know, 100 people, 200 people, 2,000 people, and spend a year just studying in the environment with these people, fine-tuning your skills, learning businesses along the way, learning social aspects along the way, low impact on the environment stuff. And be able to create a business and then get support afterwards as well. You know, that is the goal. And so these pieces are slowly coming together. We're introducing it like this so that people can slowly understand how they can contribute and what it is that they can do. And then as we go further, it'll get more and more in depth. We'll introduce more ILS concepts, more workshops. We're planning some events for later on next year where we can have like a 2 or 4 day event where people can come in and really get some, you know, basics on the workshops, and then we'll start trying to implement the whole school ideology. And then, do you know what I'm saying? So this is about a 10-year plan. So it's all kind of sectioned in within this whole structure that people can just come in, contribute, and then, you know, you can come in and get training eventually.
Right, excellent. So if people want to get involved in that, how do they get in touch to do that?
At the moment, just text me on Facebook, just touch base on there. We're building our site at the moment. We're trying to do everything really organic, and as it happens, we're trying to use like the technology that's available out there. We're trying to do everything like almost low budget, but still manageable, trying to use the technology in a creative way. It's interesting, you know, about the way that we've started all of our ventures. I mean, everything I've started off just by a few people in the room talking. And when I hear about how people approach trying to do things like, well, we don't have this, we don't have that. We don't actually need any of that. You know, we've started all of our companies with nothing. You know, we started Full Cycle with nothing. Just 4 guys just wanting to do something and having the energy and the passion. And so we've done the same thing with Rebel Instincts and with the rules as well. You know, we've scraped and we've scrimped and we've done everything we could to just to get to the next level. And you know, universe willing, we've always managed to do what we need to do to get to the next level. And it's like, where everyone, you know, I'm definitely a big picture person, but also I'm realistic in the steps to get there as well. And so I always think about, okay, this is the goal, this is where we want to go, this is the vision, but you know, this is how we need to do it as well. And so, but what do we need to do today? What have we got today that's going to help us get to where we need to get to tomorrow? And so you look around you and you say, okay, what can I do now with what I have? And so with that idea, it's like you'd be surprised what you can actually achieve.
I mean, do you think people do, because I think people do run into that sort of problem of they've got a long-term goal and they try and rush it and they try and do too much all in one go, and they fail because they've set their targets too high too soon. And therefore they just give up and say, "Oh, it was never going to work."
I find people set their targets low and hit. That's one of the big fundamental problems. We don't aim high enough. It's okay to aim high. But most people, what they do is they aim high and then they get this. You know, they get disillusioned and then they keep lowering the bar. Until it's comfortable for them to go, and then okay, I'll settle with that. And the problem with that is you just don't know what you need to know to do what you need to do. And that's everyone's like that. And it's easy for me to say it because I can have a conversation with you and I can listen to what you're saying and I can say, okay, A, B, C, D, do this, do you know what I mean? But when it's yourself, it's pretty hard because we don't have the tools to do that. And we're not very good at self-analysis because we think we're being too hard on ourselves. But that's rubbish, do you know what I mean? It's like, there's nothing wrong with being critical of yourself if it's taking yourself to the next level. There's no reason you should just beat yourself up just for the sake of it because you don't know how to do something. You don't know how to do it. You're not going to shout at your child when she's learning to walk, "Come on, you idiot, why don't you learn to walk quicker?" Like, you know it's going to take time. She's figuring it out. She's standing, she's falling, she's standing, she's falling. We do that throughout our lives. The problem with that is there's no structure out there that supports that. There's like a structure and it's almost behind closed doors because you see success and you don't see the build-up to that. You just read the book. Well, you see them on TV, you don't actually know the process how they get there. And so it's like a real kind of mystery, and no one knows how to do it. And it's like, you know, what I've learned is like I've gone back into it. I've studied the behind the scenes thing. It's like, okay, you know, and there's a saying, success leaves clues. And that just means that for every successful person, there's a story. Figure out the story. Model that story, look at how they did what they did, and then figure it out, do you know what I mean? And then you just need to figure out your steps and know that eventually you're going to get there, do you know what I mean? It's going to be hard, you're going to overcome obstacles, but these obstacles are going to make you stronger, you know, and you know, having a goal, having a vision is what your life is about. You've got to go through difficulties. If you've been through them, it's not going to get any easier, but it's the way that you think about your challenges and your difficulties which separate you from everybody else. Because if you see an obstacle as a problem, oh my God, I can't do this, I can't do that, you're just training yourself to have problems. Because the body's now recognising that when you come to a difficulty, this is how you react. And so you're not actually learning anything. All you're doing is learning how to react badly to a problem. And so you don't want to do that. What you want to do is see a problem and say, okay, this is a problem. Now I'm going to switch how I think about this. I'm going to say, okay, I know there's a solution to this, but I don't know what it is right now. And so straight away you turn around the whole thing and you're directing your energy to looking for a solution. You know, Einstein said, the same mind that creates a problem isn't the same mind that's going to solve it. And all that means is that if you're looking at a problem, stop looking at a problem and start looking for a solution. And so then straight away you change your energy. And you'll start to think, it takes a little while, it takes a bit of training, but you'll start to see then, you'll start to go to yourself, okay, I know this is difficult, I know this is hard, but someone else has solved the same problem. Let me find someone who solved this problem and ask them how they did it. Very simple. Instead of beating yourself up again and again and again, if someone else has succeeded or has done what you've done, right, if another human being has done that, then you can do it. You just need to talk to them or figure out how to do it. And that's the basis of this whole thing.